Hi guys, Miss Data here from the School of Design and Media. Hopefully you have watched the previous video about the school overview. What I will do in this video is I will give you an overview of what is expected in portfolio for the early admission exercise. This is also quite helpful for those of you trying to apply through the direct admission exercise, so the SDAE, which is in January to April, because the requirements are the same for both exercises. I'm not going to go into the details and show you what my diploma do, because hopefully you've been browsing around our YouTube channel and have seen quite a few of our students' work, and then other videos that we have recorded to give you an overall idea of who we are, what we do, and how we do it. So these are our diplomas, as well as the Common Design and Media program, which is not a diploma, it's more of a common entry program, one extra semester in case you still do not know what you wish to choose in the future and you want to try different things before you make up your mind. So let's start and talk about portfolio. As you know, the early admission exercise requires you to do a selection of 1, 2, or 3 choices, write 600 characters right up for them, diploma specific, as well as a 1000 character write-up that it talks a little more about you, what you are, what you do, your own accomplishment, not necessarily academic or related to competition or anything like that. So, after which, you are required to take a test and then submit a portfolio. The portfolio is really, really important, and every diploma will look for different things. If you go to the NYP website or you join our Discord channel, you will see they have a PDF made for you, very colorful one, very cute, that basically lists these categories. You need to have 3 of these categories in your portfolio. But I will show you some example today of things that you may want to include. Now, when you put together your portfolio for early admission exercise or SDAE, you don't want to have too much stuff in it. You want to be more quality oriented rather than quantity oriented. So normally we have minimum 6 pieces. I wouldn't go more than 10. 6 to 10 pieces. If you have a couple or more, okay, sure. As long as you show us what? Variety. Now, the portfolio needs to contain works that are related to the course in some way, so that it shows us your passion. You can have a diverse range of finishing and polish for your works. They could be like a bit more like work in progress and concept and ideas, as well as final works, right? Though for specific diploma, maybe they will want to see your finished piece and the sketches, work in progress, to get an idea of what your thought process is like. So diverse range of finish and polish, yes, but put your best foot forward, put your best work in, because that's what we want to say. So also, your portfolio should reflect you and who you are. So you should tell us most about yourself, who you are, and what you like. So at a glance, we know, okay, so this person is like that. Okay, can. So now, sometimes if the interview is in person, you can bring along extra things. Otherwise, what I say is you can create an extra tab in your e-portfolio, because we look for online website like ArtStation or a Canva presentation or your Google Slides, things like that. So you have your portfolio first, and then you have an extra section which is like, want to see more. So in want to see more, you can put other things, which is maybe other stuff that you've been working on. Maybe it's not quite related, but it's quite similar to what you want to do. And maybe you can add your certificate, if you have any recommendation letters, or anything like that. So the artwork must really show us your passion and your interest for the course that you are applying. Like I said, you can apply to 1, 2, or 3 different courses. So this is what like a portfolio or a sketchbook will look like. Some of us bring our sketchbook along on the MRT and draw people. This day it's very easy to draw people on the MRT because they're all staring at their phone and stuff. You may have a lot of observational drawings. You will see that observational drawings pops up a lot because we need to see that you're an observant person and that you understand what's in front of you, that you can perceive volumes, that you can perceive, I don't know, like the human form and anatomy. So if you're drawing a human being, trying to include hands and feet and don't just have a face like that, because it will look like a dead fish. So we already know, right, that our diploma are the finest in the region, but I always like to include these slides because just in case you missed it, we are very cool. I'm gonna start with animation, games, and visual effects, which is one of the most popular, but it's also one of the most competitive to get into. It's like, it's really, really complicated to get into. I wouldn't say complicated. The process is the same for everybody, but you know, there is a huge amount of application coming in, and so the competition is a little steeper. So what are they looking for? Again, 6 to 10 images. Your work could be black and white or in color. And these are the categories, right? So you will see I'm listing them here. As you can see, observational drawing is number 1. And number 2 is 2D, 3D models, asset creation. Now you have got to understand that we do a lot of 3D, like majority of our modules are 3D related stuff. Whether we're doing it for animation, for visual effects, or for games, yes. So I recommend you try Blender or Shaper 3D so that you get to figure out if this is something that you really want to do, because otherwise it may not be something for you. You can have a little bit of character design, environment prop design, you know, these kind of things. And then, of course, you could have ideas for how to create a game, you know, maybe in the middle of the night. It's like, I want to make a game about going to the grocery store and shop, but everybody around is a night zombie with their eyes stuck on their phone, and then, you know, they always bump into you and stuff. Don't steal my idea, huh? And then, of course, you may have some VR content. I don't know about you, but I've been doing 360 illustrations like crazy in recent years, and they're so much fun because you use, you know, cardboard glasses, you slide your phone in, and then you go like, oh, underwater, you know, things like that. So maybe you can have some of those things. Why not? It could be really interesting to see that you have been adventuring into the future, I would say, the future, because this is where we are going. So maybe you should look into that too. So these are some samples of work that were submitted to us in previous years. So a bunch of observational drawings, again, watercolor, different media, ink, environments. Okay, preferably when you do observational drawing, do them from live rather than from photo, because we can tell if something is drawn from photo, it will look deformed because of the lens. So, I don't know, draw the view from your window. We will ask to see some environment because we want to know your understanding of perspective. So it's very, very important, yes, that you try and sketch your room, your desk, something that shows us, hey, I understand perspective. That's how it goes, all right? So these are some more work that were submitted to us. You can see this was done in Blender. There's a tutorial online to do the donuts. Don't stop at the donuts. There are many more tutorials that you can do. Like last year, we saw a lot of beautiful isometric bedroom. Like people were creating their own bedroom using Blender, and they were really, really cute and adorable. You may have like the traditional still life drawings. Maybe you want to try a little bit of sculpture, and then, you know, some compositional drawings of environment. And again, I think I cannot stress this enough. We do like our 3D, so there you have it. There are some isometric 3D illustration, a little bit of modeling here and there. There's also some digital illustration. Now, this may not be like the most original concept that you may see, but, you know, they show draftsmanship, okay? So I know that some of you always ask me, can I put fan art? I wouldn't put a lot of fan art because we see a lot of the same things otherwise, right? And then also because the idea, the design of the character doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the original company that owns the IP. So if you have a fan art of Genshin, and this one is a fan art of Genshin Impact, that one is a fan art of Genshin Impact, everybody got Genshin inside, then eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I will like remove all the fan arts and then just go with the ones that have all the extra stuff with variety in it. Make sense what I'm trying to say? I hope so. Now, game development technology. So this one is for the programmer. So it's like, got the portfolio too, Miss Data. How I'm pretty sure you guys have been creating your own little games. And look, these are the kind of things they want to see. So maybe you have created some mini games, like maybe you enter some competition and created some mini games, right? And you could have used, Scratch, Game Maker, Construct, Unity, or Unreal. And then these games would have, programming, so you can take a snippet, you can take a video of your gameplay, or you can upload them somewhere and share the link with us. Then you take the snippet or of the code and you put it in your portfolio. Maybe you also have created a website. There was a student last year that came to us and was like, the website that you're seeing, I also made. So basically, the portfolio itself was part of the portfolio, which was quite amazing. All right. So fear not. I'm pretty sure that you guys are already doing all of these things. It's just a matter of how we put it together. Once again, if you need help doing that, you can join the portfolio preparation workshops, which are almost held monthly from January until June, where you can consult with the GDT lecturer one-on-one, and then they will give you feedback on what to add, what to remove, and how to present it. And then again, you can join our Discord channel, where I have GDT ambassadors that will help you and guide you through the creation of the content and how to put it together. All right. So these are some examples. Okay, so these are actually the actual ambassador this year. So Vincent created this game. He also made all of the artwork, which was pretty amazing. So, like best part of this code, and Ed did the same. He created a little game and put his code, and Paul did the same. He did a lot of screen cap, and he had a video of his game playing and stuff. So as you can see, you can create a portfolio just because you have been creating games. Now I'm going to move on to communication and motion design. I'm pretty sure a lot of you like to draw a lot and stuff and think about design in general, but photography and motion titles and things. So maybe they sort of understand that you have things on Vimeo or YouTube. My recommendation to you will be to embed your video in a portfolio, because you may have a multitude of things. So whether you're using Canva or you're using a Google Slide, you can take the embed code from Vimeo and YouTube and then just place it there, so that if you collect all of your work together in one place and you cite all the work properly, then it will be easier for us to see all the things that you can do. Once again, we have observational drawing, landscape, architecture, perspective, human figure drawing. And maybe you have object that you've created, like the little sculpture, as a little sculpture figurine, or like a phone holder or something like that. So your D&D project, and you could have some digital graphic design. Maybe you've been doing infographics or collage from magazine. You may have been doing poster for your school, for your CCA club. Maybe you designed a t-shirt for your CCA club, right? You may have been doing animation, like 2D animation, for instance, and photography. Or you may have been doing, calligraphy and little comics and little sketches and illustration, right? So this is where you see the things that you like to do, right? All the drawings, all the comics, your little characters and stuff, that will be here, right? And then, of course, your 2D animation. Now, these are examples of works that were submitted to us in previous year. So what I like about Yokhan's portfolio is that not only she had the little stop motion video and stuff, but she was smart enough to give us a screen grab and a link to her Instagram, just to show I also do this. And then yes, she created a little mascot for her club. They made shirts, they made tote bags and stuff. So this is a silk screen workshop thingy, I think. And so that's a student handbook, and she designed the cover. And here are some photos that she has taken during the school years, which were quite nice, and she included in her portfolio. And they show a keen eye for perspective, right? So some more example here, like I said, you may have some calligraphy, like trying to design your own funny and fancy and cute little font thingy. You could be a crazy collage person, silk screen, or illustration, or I don't know, I like the fact that this guy used gouache to paint over a book, which was kind of a interesting way of using materials. Architecture. Alrighty, so architecture also requires a portfolio. Now, the interesting thing is that the kind of portfolio that they require is quite traditional in a sense that they want to see observational drawings. Like they like to see your self-portrait, for instance. They like to see object design and prototyping. So again, you may have DNT and stuff, or maybe you have like really like a 3D model, like you're starting to do like, oh, this is my interior, even though it's an interior, you know, it could be like that. Or maybe you've been sketching building. You can also mention your favorite architect and why you like them, for instance. So maybe you're doing building in 3D, or you're creating infographic and illustration, and you're doing visualization of props, of environments, you know. So props and environments in this case has to do with furniture, because they do learn that in year 1 semester 1. So if you have like a funny, crazy idea for furniture, why not put them in? And then of course there's photography, video, and animation. So these are some example from previous year. So this one is very interesting because it's an observational drawing, but it's from a game. So yeah, that's quite cool. A photo of HDB. So the citation under this photo was quite interesting because it explained that she really enjoyed the pattern. And then, you know, more things like little apartments here, plastic illustration and stuff. And that's the other cool thing, right? Because Xiaoqi also put a photo of herself winning, getting this certificate, and again a link to social media. Now this is something that you all may want to consider because it's quite good to show that you are socially connected in a way, and you are sharing your art with the world. It tells us that you are not shy. So when I mentioned that they also like very traditional portfolio, that you have it, right? Because like this boy here, this is his self-portrait, and then he created all this beautiful still life, as well as a drawing of a watch, you know, staircase in HDB, and then he experimented with different media. So yes, so this is Justin, by the way. So yes, quite interesting, his portfolio, right? Moving on to experiential product and interior design. Okay, so again, more than 10 pieces. This goes for every diploma. All right, now again we have observational drawings, and again we have object design and prototyping. So you will see some very interesting object design in the example that I will show you. Graphic design, digital illustration, infographic, concept visualization, again, accessory, could be anything because you have product design, you have interior design, but there's also interaction design. So have you been creating like little apps maybe, or website? So if you have done so, and you also have, you know, done some programming or coding for web or mobile or immersive media, why not take a screen cap of that and share with us? So here, this is what Zhangwei did. He did have this coding right there. And then what do I have? I have, oh, this was an idea for an app. Okay, t-shirt design, photograph, phone holder, little toy doll, sculpture item, and ceramic. Look at Azlina ceramic, isn't it cute? Very beautiful, right? And then this kind of goes into the category almost of O-level arts, which you can share with us, right? As long as maybe you put in Google Slides and share the link so that only us get to see that link, and it's not public, so you won't get in trouble. Now, we also get a lot of more advanced looking portfolio. This is from the IT students, I would say. Like the IT students always have a more advanced portfolio. So don't worry, because we allocate different number of slots for IT students and O-level students. So you're not competing against each other. It wouldn't be fair to those of you coming from O-levels. But look at how wonderful this design thinking process is, going from sketch to the little prototype, to the creation of an almost finished prototype, as well as the advertisement that goes with it. It's quite wonderful. And then, of course, we have, you know, some interior design, somebody redesigning a house for renovation. I don't know what Daphne was doing, but you know, it looked like she can do Mereno anytime. Huh? I like the brick wall a lot. Now, I'm moving on to the Common Designing Media program. Like I said, this is not a full diploma. It's a 1 semester program that lets you taste a little bit of all the other diplomas. you don't go in depth, basically. Like, you take the same modules as the other diplomas. So you take the same module as the other diplomas, but they will specialize into their own specific fields, whereby you get to try a little bit of everything here, so that you can make an informed choice and then decide at the end of the semester one where you want to go. So they will look for something traditional like this as well. Okay, so I show you that one because, you know, observational drawings are, again, very, very important. As you can see, it's always our number one category. So this is the one I would not skip. Then you can put design, then you can put comics, cartoons. You can see that these all come from the different disciplines, right? Animation, games and visual effects, architecture. This one is from communication and motion design. All right, this is experiential product interior design. This is communication and motion design, right? So you can see that they are looking for someone who is not sure, because maybe you're multi-talented. And because of that, because you're multi-talented, you are trying different things, and you cannot commit to one yet until you fully try, and then you go like, you know what? I thought I wanted to do animation, but I think I'm going to go into experiential product interior design. By the way, through this common entry program, though I know that this one is also from architecture, you cannot access architecture and games development technology, all right, due to the unique nature of those courses. Game development technology is a programming course, and architecture is caught up with engineering. They do math, okay? The other ones don't. So that's why from the Common Design and Media program, you can only access animation, games and visual effects, communication and motion design, and then you can access experiential product and interior design. Can? Yes. Okay, so these are some example of things that they might want to see. Maybe you have been dabbling a little bit into interior design. Maybe you've been doing a little bit of, you know, sketching, illustration, cover design, game concept, and a little bit of sculpting. So this is what I mean when maybe you're multi-talented and try different things and you're not quite sure yet. Okay, all right. So now I do have a video about enrollment procedure that is specifically done for the early admission exercise. So I hope that you click on the link in description and proceed to see what you need to do to be able to apply through the diploma of your choice through the early admission exercise. Thank you all very much. Bye-bye.